I want to address a little bit of what was said here because it's laughable to hear the complaints from the minority, because what they're most upset about is that we're unraveling the grossly unfair redistricting that they have implemented for decades in this state. I have the advantage or disadvantage, depending on your point of view, of having been here long enough to have lived through the last redistricting. And we have some of the worst lines where communities are divided just to keep Democrats from getting elected, just to keep communities of color from having representation. It was gross, and we're fixing it. Now, the Republicans are so bad at what they do that we managed this last election to win those seats anyway. And so in the cities of Rochester and the cities of Syracuse, where communities were intentionally divided to maintain Republican representation in contradiction to what the voters actually wanted, we're fixing that. So yes, we were able to overcome it politically because, in fact, it was the Republicans that hadn't read the room of the entire state in terms of what the people of this state wanted their representatives to advocate for. But we should fix it going forward so that never again can we have to deal with that kind of gross abuse of our democratic process by the now minority. And so, Mr. President, what the Republicans see as unfair is really just the restoration of fairness, allowing communities to actually be properly represented, as good government advocates should support. So, Mr. President, I obviously encourage a yes vote on this important legislation. It will do wonders for restoring faith in our democracy, at least at the state, while it's being torn apart by some folks nationally. And I would just give a little bit of advice to my colleagues in the minority. Despite their best efforts at gerrymandering through the years, they are still deeply in the minority. And if they would like to get out of there, or at least take steps in that direction, they should not complain when we're trying to make the elections more fair. They should actually listen to the people of the state and start holding beliefs in accordance with what New Yorkers would prefer. Thank you, Mr. President.